I was so done of meeting guys who were just not serious and wasting my time. So I had set those really firm boundaries with myself, meaning that on autopilot, I just really ignored him, generally speaking, for a month.
Yo, what is going on, Warband? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's show we're looking at a video submission through the Patreon titled How I Got Married During Lockdown. But before we crack into it, guys, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe on your way in and comment your answer to today's Patreon question, which is, what is marriage to men and what is marriage to women? So that's the theme of today's video. We're going to be talking about that, and today's video is actually a two-parter. We have two videos to go in. But let's crack on with the video, boys.
Now, I didn't fully ignore him. I still stayed a bit in touch, but it was more casual conversation, a little bit here and there. And trust me, it took me quite long to respond to his messages, to the point that he started to get fed up with that. He told me afterwards, and he was so close of just giving up, thinking...
Yeah, the thing is, if he had self-respect, he would have given up and stopped talking to you. Guys, this is exactly why I tell you not to have long conversations with women. I don't care if you're in a marriage. I don't care if you're in looking to have a fling. Long conversations do not benefit men. Okay, and here's one of the primary reasons, and this is for my boys who still date. I know a lot of you guys are choosing not to date, but for my boys in the comments and watching the video, if you're still choosing to date, do not be doing what this guy did. It'll put you in the box of provider. It'll put you in the box of, I can use him for attention and resources, and you know what? When I'm rocking around to 30 or 40, maybe I can use him to cash out of the dating market. Let's continue.
That I was simply not interested. However, 1 month later, we decided to meet again, so he came to London, and I would say that since that meeting, we spent the whole weekend together, and it was a very special weekend. And sometime there, I think we kind of both felt that this was something more than just a fling.
Yeah, so earlier in the video, I kind of skipped to a little bit in. Earlier in the video, she described how they went on a first date at like some really cool place, you know, some like place, I can't remember what it was. It was something stupid, right, with like dancing or something, I don't know. So she slept with the guy on the first date. Let's not BS that around. She slept with the guy on the first date, and then she pushes him to arm's length for like a month or whatever. He continues to put up with it, so now she thinks, hey, this guy will put up with some stuff. He's affluent. I could probably lock this guy down because he's willing to put up with my crap. Okay, and you know, I wanted to talk a bit about today's Patreon question, which, by the way, guys, leave your comments, leave your thoughts. I do try and read them all. It's getting a bit hard to at the moment, but I do try and put the effort in and read what you guys have to say on the topic. What is marriage to men and what is marriage to women? Guys, there's lots of different ways you can tackle this question, but what I'm going to throw out is marriage to women is, one, it's security, right? So it's, how can I live out the rest of my life and still be okay? What kind of sucker can I get? Like, if it has to be a sucker, it'll be a sucker, right? What kind of sucker can I get to pay for the rest of my life, any kids in tow, if I can? See, it's security. And not only that, it's like, it's also a social thing for girls, right? It's a, look, I've got a ring. It's something that they can show to their friends and be like, hey, I've got this. Where's your marriage? It's more of like a gloating thing. It's more removed from the man than you might think, guys. It's usually about resources and showing off to their friends. Okay? And I'll crack into the men part of that, but we'll watch some more of the video.
And then we just continued seeing each other, doing long distance for 2.5 years.
This woman would have slept with people during that 2.5 years. Don't lie to me.
We became boyfriend and girlfriend pretty much immediately, though, I would say. It didn't really take us a long time after that second meeting. So since then, we started seeing each other almost every weekend. And, well, it was my husband who had to come to London most of the weekends because he was in Geneva and I was in London. So
you guys hear that? Oh my. It really hurts my brain. So this guy, it would have to come to her to see her in London when he was in Geneva. Guys, relationships where you're not the leader, where you're not the one, you know, making... If she's not coming to you, guys, that relationship is not going to favor you. This relationship will not go for this man. In fact, I would argue that this relationship has not been going well for this man. Okay? This guy had to travel to London to see this woman. And she just said it as if, like, of course, you know, I was in London, so he had to come and see me. The level of entitlement is ridiculous. It's just absolutely crazy.
So 2.5 years of long distance. Now, ladies, that wasn't easy on its own, let me tell you. I am surprised that we actually made it work so long. But what I think really helped was the fact that we saw each other every weekend. And we also went traveling a lot with each other when we got the opportunity to spend more than just 2 days with each other. So after 2.5 years of long distance, we decided that I would move to Geneva since my work is more flexible than his.
Yeah, so it took you ages and ages to decide that, hey, maybe it's a better idea that, at least for practical reasons, I move there. But you know what? He has to prove his worth, right? Of course. He has to prove his worth to you, the level of backflips that he will do. Now, guys, we're about to crack into the second part of the video, which is another video. So I'm going to wrap up the Patreon question and my thoughts on it, which is marriage functions different to men because men typically want to get married out of... Look, there's a lot of different reasons men get married, okay? One is consistent source of affection, right, is one reason. The other reason is, hey, maybe they want to do well for their kids, right? Because marriage is a great way to... if you can ensure a long-term relationship with your partner, your kids are going to turn out a lot better. There's a lot of data to suggest that kids who grow up in households that are not broken tend to do a lot better. They tend to have it easier in life, guys. And people who come from broken families, they tend to have a lot tougher of a time. So it's more of like it's more of a love, affection, and family type decision. But for women, it's more of a security slash how can I show off to my friends type decision. Now, I'm going to crack into today's Patreon video, which is why my wife left me and how our marriage collapsed. So let's quickly crack into it.
She decided one day that she would go over to Japan. And she took my son over there and I thought, okay, fine, they're going to go on a little vacation trip. While she was out, she actually told me that she would not come back until I could secure another place for her. So I began scrambling and looking at houses that I could buy.
Guys, you know, I read a lot of your guys' comments, and quite often it makes me very sad. It really does. There are a lot of men who, you know, whose marriages went south, and to put it nicely, they got the very short end of the stick. Okay, either they lost kids, they lost significant amounts of money, they lost a lot of their time, a lot of their effort. Men in my comment section, a few of you have really lost a lot because of marriage, right? And that's part of the reason that these videos exist, is to help warn men, to help show men what actually happens, right? That's one of the reasons that these videos exist. And this guy's girlfriend, wife, I don't know what she was, took their kid away to Japan as, oh yeah, I'm kind of going on a vacation little thing with the kid, just a quick trip. And then she then holds the kid hostage and expects him to upgrade their living situation. Goodness.
And we wanted to buy a house, but with this type of leverage in hand and the short timeline, because I really wanted to see my son again, I decided to buy this apartment, this place, $4,000 a month. Now that's...
Yeah, see, what happens is she tried to make you make a concession, and now that you've made that concession, she will never be happy with you. You see, you think that this will... He's about to explain, because I watched this video a bit through. He's about to explain, it didn't make her happy, guys. You can't make them happy. You don't make women happy through concessions and doing what they want.
That's way beyond my price range that I'm used to. Our last apartment was $2,800, so this was a big jump up. But I thought, well, hey, maybe it's worth it, right? Maybe this can satisfy her. Over 12 months, it's essentially a $50,000 deal present for her. And I thought that she would come back and she would be delighted.
The answer is no. Guys, you cannot please a woman by making concessions. You absolutely cannot. You will not make a woman happy by doing what she tells you to do. Because even if what she tells you to do is correct, even if what she tells you to do is, you know, perhaps a rational thing to do, the fact that you did it, even slightly against your will, makes her lose respect and attraction for you. It's better to just not listen, do what you want to do. Okay?
Unfortunately, when she came back, she was still embittered and angry at my parents and decided to cut my whole side of the family off. Which is okay. Like I can try to work with that. But
no, you shouldn't be working with that. See, a lot of guys will they'll try and work with things that they really have no business working with. That you need to stop putting up with things, guys. This is why, like, I hope a lot of you guys who watch my videos, I hope you guys understand that if you're in a relationship and you know, you have to realize that in a relationship you deserve a lot more than you think you do. A lot of guys are walking around accepting all sorts of crap from people because they think that that's what they deserve, or they think that that's all they can get. No, guys. No. We're not putting up with crappy behavior around here. That's not how it works.
But it became strange when she started inviting her side of the family over. She would invite her mother over, and then we would be doing vacation trips, and just started not feeling really fair. And I realized in-laws don't have the best relationships. That's fine. I'm not asking for anybody to be best buddies here. But I think that people need to have some workable relationship, at least be on talking terms here. Now, there are some people who would cut off their in-laws, which I wouldn't really recommend. You know, I think people should just be happy and love each other. You know, life is so short as it is, and everybody is suffering. So, like, just make it a better place.
Yeah, see, you're coming from too noble a position, my friend. You need to come from more selfish a position and understand that you are worth a bit more than that behavior. Guys, we're going to leave today's video there. Make sure to comment on your way out your thoughts to today's Patreon question, which is, what is marriage to men and what is marriage to women? Excuse me, I'm quite sick at the moment. And we're going to wrap up today's video there. I would like to quickly say a thank you to people who have signed up to the Patreon. Guys, this is a great way to support the channel, get extra videos and all sorts of perks. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. We're at 10,000 subscribers. Huge thank you to you guys. You are absolutely amazing. And I think we will, yeah, leave it there, boys. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Yo, boys, it's Taylor here. I just want to say thank you if you've made it to the end of the video, and if you've been enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe on your way out, join the Discord, and check out the Patreon link in the description. See you boys in the next one.
Talking too much in the garment, they're missing in mind. Had to put myself together, regain my composure and follow my heart. Alright, I used to ride in the back of the bus and I